A little bit too long.
What's going on, everyone? Lopez Sr. in the building.
Hey man, it's been a blessing, from my son being so bad and so sick that he almost died on me. For us to be, headlining at the Madison Square Garden Saturday, December 10th, at Heisman night, the best night that you could be here. And the best football night ever. So, every year, and for us to do it for the third time is something amazing, and we're just gonna put up a show like we always do.
What was the conversation you had with T.O., being he wasn't 100% heading into his defense of his titles at 135? What was the conversation heading in there with Kambosos, being he wasn't 100%? What did you tell him to do? Try to get him up out of there early, or what?
Yeah. Because the thing, what happened was right after the first round, when he sat down, he says, I told him, I said, why are you jumping on top of him? Why are you jumping on him? And he told me, Dad, I can't box, I can't breathe. So I can't box, I gotta take him out. I gotta take him out.
Okay.
So I said, all right, relax. We got this. And he just went in there, he was doing what he was doing. I was just a motivational coach in that fight. I was never a coach, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't tell him to box. I couldn't tell him to move. I couldn't tell him to go to the body. I couldn't tell him, he's doing this, he's doing that, because all he was doing just chopping it up, trying to take him out of there. Everybody saw that. It looked bad because before the fight, we were saying we were going to take him out in the first round. Like he always says that. And it looked bad because everybody thought that that's what the plan was, and then the plan failed. My son never does that. My son always fights on the outside. He's aggressive, but he never gives you nothing. We're aggressive with the jab in the outside, just touching your body, touching you, just feeling you out, and then hitting you with that big hand right, uppercut or left hook, because he got power in all those punches. That night I just didn't have no control over the fight. I was just a motivational coach. I couldn't do nothing. I mean, the kid was dying. I was telling him, listen, let me stop the fight, bro. Let me stop the fight. He was being really bad. I mean, in the fourth round, it was like, see, I don't like talking about this all the time because we got to get that dude away from us, man, because he's not even important no more, man. I said it, man. I said it. I said, Devin, we're going to beat him twice. I said it. That was a fluke. That was a bad night for us. And I said, Devin, we're going to beat this guy twice and he's going to be forgotten. We could fight him. Of course we could fight him in the future. You know what I'm saying? And that would only help him. But the thing is, I know what I got. That night was not our night. God does things to people to, wake them up, to humble them up. That was the night. And, I saw a big difference coming into the Kampa fight. He looked amazing.
Looked strong.
But coming now to this fight, he's going to look twice as better. And then with Regis, he's going to look even triple better. And that's how we're going to do it.
I know you've been on record this senior.
Yeah, we want to break records. That's what we want to do. So after the 140, we went right straight to 147.
Okay.
I'm never going to make him do that again ever in his life, because I could have killed him,
Okay, yeah.
It's not the same like these guys losing weight. You know what I'm saying? Because he's asthmatic. Plus he had COVID prior to that. So, draining him all of that, no water inside his body. So he had a hole in his throat, and his lungs. Everybody, I mean, the doctor said it. So that's not an injury. That's a life injury. You could die. That's not a broken hand, because when he fought William Silva, he fought with a broken hand. His bone was coming out of his knuckle, and he fought like that for 7 rounds. No, he fought like that. Well, it happened right at the last second of the first round. He broke his hand with William Silva. He fought like that. Nobody even know that he was there, because that's how my son is. He's resilient, bro. He doesn't when he gets cut, he doesn't touch his cuts. He doesn't. Nothing ever bothers him, because he doesn't want to show you weakness. That's why that day when he fought Kambosos, he was screaming at me. He was like, he knows, man, he knows. And he's screaming at me because he knows I'm fucked up. That's why he's fucking, that's why he was fighting strong. Because, it's just like when you have a wounded cat or something, and your prey is wounded, you're going to keep on because it motivates you. That's all that happened that night, So that's why he was telling me. Well, he knows, and he was angry because of that. And, you can't hide that. You know, breathing like that heavily, you can't hide that. But we're gonna take that away from us. We're gonna focus in the future now, and come Saturday, December 10th, man, there's gonna be a show. I mean, the whole crowd's gonna go crazy. Cause I already told my son, man, this is about entertaining the crowd, entertaining. You know?
I don't think it did anything to tarnish who he was.
Of course not.
You know, boxers have ups and downs, but he's still a superstar in my eyes.
Of course not.
You've been on record as predicting achievements, like I told Teal. You've been on record as predicting achievements that came to fruition. You said he's going to be undisputed by 2024.
Yeah, but I also said that the only way you could beat my son is by him being sick. I always said that because I got an asthmatic son. I seen him almost die in my hands when he was 11 years old. You know, it hasn't been an easy road for us. You know what I'm saying? These guys have it easy. They're not sick. You know, they're not asthmatic. I guarantee you they wouldn't do the shit my son is doing if they would be asthmatic like that. You know, my son fights with asthma all the time. But that shit that happened to him that night was not asthma. You know, every time he would breathe, that shit was going into his brain. You know, he could have died in there. And listen, I just want everybody to be here Saturday, December 10th, so you can see everything that I told you. I have never told my son is not a brawler. My son is a boxer, puncher. That's what we do. We don't come and try to kill you in the first round. We always stay in the outside. We can pressure you, but we always on the outside. We don't give you the face, especially with a head-butted dude like that. You know, because that dude is a dirty fighter. Yeah. You know, and that's what was, you know, that's why my son had all those cuts, man, because he was jumping in and getting, you know. When you have a guy moving like this and coming up, you know, all the time, they do that for a reason. They're dirty. So, you know, all I gotta say is Saturday, December 10th is the beginning of getting our first, you know, title. Mm-hmm. We want Regis. I know Josh Taylor's probably not gonna be. It's probably gonna be impossible because he's probably gonna be fighting. Like,
but you mentioned his name though. You said next. You know what I'm saying?
No. But I don't think that fight is possible because we want to fight right away.
Okay, got it.
I want my son to fight at least 3 times this year. You know, and I think Josh Taylor's fighting like in March, right?
Yeah, he's fighting early next year.
Was in February.
In February, right?
It got postponed.
Oh, he got postponed to February?
Yeah, February.
All right, so you know, so
it's
we're not gonna be
possible.
sitting
Anything
around
happen.
for 3 months, man. And then what? He's gonna fight in February, and then he's gonna fight like in April? Nah, that's not gonna happen. So, you know, we'll fight Regis. Regis opened up his mouth. He'll take the fight.
Okay.
So we'll take Regis. That's a tough fight too. You know, he went back to back with Josh Taylor. You know, so you know that was a close fight. You know, they both, you know, anybody could have won that fight. So that will be a perfect fight for us. You know, Regis is a tough dude. He'll come to fight. He'll bring excitement to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I have my son winning that fight. I have my son winning every fight because my son is a brawler. He's not a brawler, but he's a puncher, strong puncher, and he's a finisher. But he also is a boxer, you know, and all these guys are scared of boxers.
Well, we wish you nothing but the best, man. Team Lopez moving forward to Saturday night, and also looking for the calendar year, man, to see the next fight y'all in.
You know, he's in a good place right now, so that's why I'm telling you, you know. And then we got my boy Gerardo over here. He's been doing my son's physical work, you know, like making sure his body's right. He's in condition, you know. He's been helping me with the physical training. You know, I do his coaching, his boxing coaching. I also do his physical training. But I got Gerardo that helps me with the assistant coaching and all that stuff. He also helps with a lot of stuff, you know, making sure that my son, you know, eats right, that the food is right, that water's right, you know, that he hydrates right. So, you know, we owe this guy a lot, for this fight coming up. You know, it's a small team, but it's a strong team.
Always a pleasure.
We work in everything with and the orders with Teofimo Jr. and together we are a team. It's a pleasure to work with him, Teofimo.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you.
Take over, you know.